Today on Forbes, stocking snags might seem like a small problem, but billions of pairs of stockings and tights end up in landfills, a huge waste that's terrible for the planet. Back in 2017, Katherine Homuth, a young Canadian tech entrepreneur, was on the hunt for a material for long-lasting sheer tights that would survive the rips, snags, and runs that normally plague them. She ordered dozens of different fibers, each time wrapping them around her fingers and trying to pull them apart, and every time she did so, the material broke. Finally, she discovered a material that was pretty much indestructible whatever she tried. Ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene, which is used in bulletproof vests because of its dense structure. She called distributors dozens of times, begging them to send it to her. "I finally got one spool of fiber and it cost $2,000, she said. I shipped it over to a factory in China, and I got an angry note back that we ended up breaking their machine. It choked on the fiber." From that inauspicious beginning, Homuth, 34, has built a substantial business in non-rip sheer tights that she claims can last up to 10 times as long as a traditional pair. A Forbes 30 Under 30 list alum, Homuth anticipated $30 million in revenue for 2024. The previous year, Sheertex's classic sheer tights were the #1 selling pair of tights in the U.S., measured by dollars, she said. But growing a consumer business is hard, and revenue is down from $45 million in 2023 as she shifted the business from largely direct-to-consumer sales on her website to signing up retailers like H&M, Costco, and QVC. She expects it to rebound to more than $70 million in 2025. To get there, the company has raised a total of $143 million in equity funding from investors that include retailer H&M, sustainability-focused venture firm Arcturn Ventures, and Lululemon's billionaire founder Chip Wilson, at a valuation of $350 million at its most recent round 2 years ago. It's also recently built out a new 300,000 square foot factory in Montreal to meet demand. "I'd become a bit jaded," says Homuth. "A lot of products seem like tech for tech's sake," she said. "When I got into tights, I thought I'd do a little Googling, realize somebody had done it, and move on. Instead," she said, she realized just how little materials innovation there had been since nylon was invented in the 1930s and spandex followed in the 1950s. H&M first invested in Sheertex in 2020 and began carrying small volumes of Sheertex tights in some of its COS stores in 2022 and added distribution in its flagship H&M stores in 2023. That's part of Homuth's big shift from direct-to-consumer to retail, a transition that she argues is necessary for the company to set a foundation for scalable growth. Most direct-to-consumer brands eventually need to link up with retailers if they want to keep growing, but it's also a tough move to make because wholesale prices, typically around half the retail price, are so much lower. That means Homuth's ability to both reduce Sheertex's costs of production and get retailers to sell large numbers of tights will be crucial. Sheertex has efforts to go beyond sheer tights to other sustainable materials, starting with a non-toxic water repellent material known as WaterTex. It's targeting swimsuits for its first version, which it says third-party tests showed dried in half the time of 3 competitors' swimsuits. A second technology in development is for a non-toxic water repellent membrane that could take the place of PFAS-based coatings. "We're changing the business pretty dramatically," Homuth said. "It's more about the technology."